Howdy everyone, and welcome back to another weekend episode of Cooking with Mary Sue. Today we're going to be making a dish that I would consider to be 100% comfort food. But before we begin, please hit that like and subscribe down at the bottom and share. And I want to remind everyone about my book I wrote a few months ago. No, not that long, December. Came out in December. There's the title of it. You can find it on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble and iTunes. Now, get back to our comfort food. Oh, down below too, there's links to my other channel. I have a reselling channel, which is Susie Q Knickknacks Reseller. My husband has a channel of Brother Claude Reflects, and there's a link to my eBay store. Like I said, you can find the book on Amazon though. Okay, let's get back to cooking. Today we're going to be making extra creamy macaroni cheese. I'm going to have 3 different cheeses in it. Mozzarella, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and cheddar cheese, and bacon. What better combination can you have than cheese and bacon together? Like I said, I'll make a disclaimer right now. This is not one of the healthiest meals you can make, but usually comfort food is not extremely healthy. It has to be eaten in moderation. This dish here, I really wouldn't make it probably no more than once or twice a year, and I would share it. It's good to take to family gatherings, maybe a potluck, or Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. We got a lot of people together. That way, you're not tempted to eat it all by yourself, which is going to be so good. It is very tempting. So it's best to share this dish with everybody you know. Okay, got a big pot here. I'm going to start making a roux, which is a little bit of any type of fat. I'm going to use butter mixed with a little bit of flour to make a little bit of a thick gravy that's going to make the dish stick together and be creamy. I need to turn this on would help. Let it get a little warm. There it goes. I'll put it on medium for now. Okay, the pasta I'm using in this is penne rigate. Now you can use any type of pasta for this dish. It doesn't really matter. Most people use elbow. I'm using this because this happens to be what I had in my pantry. I'm using a pound of this. I'm going to make a big dish of this, enough to fill up a 9 by 13 bacon dish. At the end, you'll see that. I'm using, like I said, penne rigate. To make my roux, I'm starting out with a stick of butter here. Now, that's real butter. It's not oleo, not margarine, it's real butter. I let it get soft a little bit. It's been sitting out for about 30 minutes getting soft, so it melts faster. That's my cream cheese getting soft. Turn that just a little bit medium high so you can get this done a little bit faster. Don't want to take too much time on this. Doesn't take too long to make a roux. As you see, I'm using my Copper Chef. This will be so easy to clean because macaroni and cheese can be kind of a messy dish. The cheese will get hard and just be so sticky on everything. But in this pan, it'll be easy to clean out. I also cooked my pasta in this earlier. Yeah, I've already got my pasta cooked and ready. And I've already got the bacon cooked. I'm using a pound of hickory smoked bacon. When you can find it, you can also use beef bacon, but it's kind of hard to find. Like I said, I don't make this dish too often. About twice a year, maybe. Okay. Now to finish up this roux, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of flour. That's 4 tablespoons of flour. It's all it needs to cook about 1 minute. Don't want it to overcook. Oh yeah, it's thickening up. It's getting nice and thick. And I'm going to add the milk to it. I'm actually going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. That's 1 cup of heavy cream. And 2 cups of 2%. The heavy cream will help it make it thicken also, rather than using just 3 cups of milk. Doesn't take too long for that to heat. Okay, that's still heating up. Got the milk and the roux in there, which is flour and butter. Got this on, I'm going to go a little bit closer to medium high so it melts faster. Okay. Now I'm going to add in the cream cheese here. That's 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese. It's a little soft, but it has to melt in this now. There. Okay. That's melting slowly. I'll break these up a little bit. Okay. You can eat this as a main dish, an entree. You can put a salad with it, or some fried chicken, some fish. There's not much that macaroni and cheese won't go with as a side dish. Now, what I'm going to add now is, normally I would use shredded cheddar cheese, extra sharp, but I happen to have this in the pantry I want to use up. A jar of RAGU double cheddar. And this is 16 ounce, so it equals 2 cups. And it's already melted too, which helps. Excuse the noise. These little jars are kind of... Can't be quiet getting everything out of a jar. Gotta make some noise. Okay, just a little dab left in here. No more than a dab, but a couple of tablespoons. There, that's enough out of that. And 2 cups of mozzarella shredded. Now this is all going to melt together. It's going to get nice and gooey. I'm getting ready to add a ½ teaspoon of salt and pepper to it. Now if you want, you could add a little bit more spices to this if you wanted to. Now we'll let this cook and melt. Well, this is just about all done here, all nice and melted, creamy. This is about the consistency of peanut butter. Yep, good old peanut butter. It's going to taste a lot better in my macaroni. Yep, that was 2 cups of mozzarella, that jar of cheddar cheese, or you could use 2 cups of shredded cheddar, 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese. The roux was 4 tablespoons of flour, 1 stick of butter. Okay, now we're going to move over to my counter over here. We're going to pour this over the macaroni, add the bacon, and add something else on top. So, come along with me. Hello, now we moved over to the counter here. We're going to finish off this dish over here. I'm using a big 9x13 pan. If I wanted to, I could put my noodles in here and just throw this whole pot in the oven. But I want to spread it out and put some breadcrumbs on top of it instead. I just want it to be this shape. I can layer it better that way. Okay. Here's my pound of pasta that's cooked. Pasta, after you drain it and it sits a few minutes, it kind of sticks together. But once I get this sauce on top of it, it will come apart. It won't stay stuck together. Ooh, that pan's just big enough too. Okay, I'm going to kind of break it apart a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be a whole pan full, that's for sure. Okay. Now, here we go, pouring this sauce all over it. That's going to be the fun part. Let's see. I'm I'm going to heat this up for just a few more seconds, get a few more of the lumps out of it. Still got a few lumps of the cream cheese. Hold on. There, I reheated this for about 1 more minute. The trick to this cheese sauce is as soon as it's hot, you need to go and pour it up right then. If it starts sitting for a few minutes, it will start to congeal and get thick. I want it to get thick after I pour it on the pasta, not before. So here we go. Ooh. Ooh. We're going to have to stir that up all over that. Okay. Probably about half at the moment. Because I need to kind of start stirring this up to make room for the rest of the sauce. Just going to work this in. As I work all this in, I'll pour the rest of the sauce on top of it. Here, now I have all that sauce mixed into the pasta. Doesn't that look delicious? But we're not through yet. Now I'm going to mix in, stir in the pound of bacon bits. I got these bite-sized, crumbly bite-size. I'll stir all these in, layer it through, and you will see how this looks. Now, we're almost done. I've stirred up that bacon all through it. You don't want your bacon all in one spot. You need to stir it through so you can almost get a piece of bacon in every bite all the way through it. Now, like I said, I'm going to top it off with breadcrumbs. I'm using a mixture of just plain breadcrumbs and some Italian. I'm doing that because I already had a little dab here and wanted to finish this up so I can throw the jar away. And I had enough to put in here. So I got 1 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm going to mix in with this 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Here's my tablespoon. And then put this all over the top of that. So as it cooks, it'll be nice and crunchy on top. Don't you love that macaroni and cheese where you bite into it, you got crunch, a nice crunch on top of it? It is so good like that. Alright. Kind of shake this all around it, all over it, and I'll cover it. If I don't have enough, I can add a little more, but I think this 1 cup will be plenty, just to cover the top. Yeah, it will be. I'll put this in the oven on 350 until the top of this gets nice and brown. It won't take long, maybe 20-30 minutes or less. I could do it a little bit higher and go slower, like 400 for about 15 minutes. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. There. All my breadcrumbs are on top. Let's stick her in the oven. Well, we have it done now. We're back. I popped this in the oven. I did turn it up a little higher to cook it faster. I put it on 400 for about 20 minutes. No, really about 15 minutes. You could put it on 350 for 30 minutes. Either way, all you want to do is get it golden brown like I did here. Nice and golden brown. That bacon smells wonderful. Another tip about that bacon. You don't necessarily have to throw out that bacon grease. You can use it later. You can put it in a jar and store it in your fridge for up to 3 months. Or you can put it in the freezer indefinitely. It's nice to have later to flavor different recipes with. Just a few little spoonfuls of bacon grease. Yeah. This looks wonderful. Look at that. A nice big bite of it right there. Doesn't that look delicious? This is quite a lot for us. I'll probably wind up freezing half of this. Have some now for a few days and have the rest maybe a month from now later on. This is a big dish. This would be good for a family gathering, like I said, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or take it to a potluck once we have potlucks again in the future, I hope. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll call it a wrap. Remind everyone once again about my book here, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes. And that's it for now. See y'all next weekend. God bless. Bye.